Um, man, it's crazy because this is something that I saw this morning, and it caught me off guard from a lot of different perspectives. First, Draymond Green. Let me talk about Draymond Green before I talk about anything else. For him to have such a high level of intellect, I wish it would show more on the basketball floor when he's out there stomping on people's chests. I don't. It's hard for me to. It's hard for him to be the voice that says, "Hey, man, well, we should have already known that when your antics indicate differently." Sometimes, and which leads to my next point, the messenger is important. Draymond saying that very same statement doesn't hit the same way because of the antics and who he is on the basketball court. Defense being the primary thing that he does. But when it comes to Wemby and that, um, Wemby is the best defender that I've ever seen in my lifetime. And that's my opinion. I believe he's the best defender that I have ever seen. I've never seen somebody 7'4" or over 7'2" be able to sit down, unlock the hips, play the shot, play the glass, block 3 pointers, lower teams' field goal percentage by 20 points. He can easily lower their stats and metrics that says that he lowers field goal percentages when he's on the floor by 20 points. There are NBA teams who discard the layup. They drive to kick no matter what the situation is with him on the floor. So um, him saying that um, I think it was him trying to lobby for the award. I think that Cade is the MVP of the league, though. Regardless of what he says,
Even
I
even with
think
Cade being out.
I think even with Cade being out, I think he should win that MVP. Well, I don't know that he will, but he would be my MVP vote because I think he's working with the least of the players that are in that space. That does not mean that Wemby is not in that space, but he is the defensive player of the year. That's for sure. MVP, I'm not so sure on, but I understood him lobbying for himself. If that makes any sense, that's my take.
Okay, move on.
Yeah, I actually like that Cade for MVP take though. Because Cade over the last couple of weeks kind of fell out the discussion for the most part due to injury, I believe. But he is, to me, doing the most with the least. And
Does
I think
conference
that
matter to you all or no?
it does, but I just still gotta I think he's still doing the most with the least in either conference. Like and I just think that's what the MVP should be about. Like the person that's doing the most with the least. Like that's what most valuable should mean. You know what I mean? Like, and because we see that Detroit team without Cade, it looks a mess. Like it does not look like they can put together a decent half court setting consistently. Like they don't look like they can get up quality shots in a half court set at all without Cade. So, but they got bright spots. The young kid Jenkins, he's solid though. Don't get me wrong. He's very solid, but we still know Detroit goes as far as Cade takes them. But I love what Wemby did though. I'm not I'm not so much in love with the Draymond shit because like, bro, get that shit together in Golden State. Whatever y'all got going on in Golden State, it's like get that shit together first. Like you don't have no room to even be talking right now, bro. About that's that podcast shit that's going on with the NBA players when they currently they everything is content based and like I just think he went on a whole soliloquy. You feel me? For no reason. Like I'm not fucking with it, bro. But I love what Wemby did about saying the obvious. Like sometimes you just need to state the obvious again. Like defense is important because the MVP should be measured off of my impact towards my team. And if my impact is defense based or offense based, that should have some type of value and should be measured when we're talking about most valuable player. So Wemby just put that out there like, ain't no way y'all gonna deny that I'm not the best defensive player in the league. But I'm also giving you 20 and 10. Like he just putting that out there. Like my impact speaks for itself. So yeah, again, I'm not in love with Draymond. thing, and you know, I don't even know what that fucking mean. I hated it, but I loved it. Like, what the fuck does that mean, bro? Like, come on, bro. Like,
well, I think his hating it and loving it, it's just one of those things. It's basketball. He had to deal with the defense because he was playing. Yeah, you know, so there's that. But then there's also he's a defense guy, so he's going to trumpet a defense guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, is Wemby the MVP? He's in. I guess he's top 5. You can say he's in the top 5 conversation.
Right now, he's second ranked on the ladder.
It's probably gonna go to Shea if everything, unless. You know, it's one of them races where I do think they got to kind of play it out. I don't think people can just sit games out.
I don't think it's locked. I don't think nobody has it completely locked up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I think you're gonna have to play it out, like, and you know, have some good games. There's about 8 or 9 games left for each team. They're gonna have to. It's gonna be a tight race because Wemby done crept up in this conversation, and don't let them just happily get the 1 seed. Like, things of that nature do matter to voters. Like, Wemby has the 1 seed now. Like. It'd be different.
Yeah, right now they're 2 games back of OKC for the 1 seed. So we'll see what happens with that. What you think, Troy?
So I was this coming from a guy. I'm gonna take it a little further than Rain. This coming from Draymond, a guy who just said earlier this week that he's not a dirty player.
He's not a dirty player. He plays hard.
No, that fucking nigga is dirty. I don't care what you talking about. I don't care. Punching a guy in the face on a spin around for no reason. Do a ballerina twirl, punch a nigga in the face. I don't want to hear that. Anybody know accident. Ballerina is not a part of the game. For him to hit a twirl and then punch, you know, the fake Joker in the face, Nikola, or whatever you want to call him out there. Yeah, no, I'm not listening to him. Then he also punched one of his teammates in the face. I'm not listening to that guy. All right, I'm not listening to that guy at all. But MVP race, to me, it is close. It's not over yet. For me, it either goes to Shea or Wemby. I do agree with Wembyama when he says, you know, I play defense too. And I hear you, Boo, out when you say the MVP should go to somebody that's on the team that's doing the most with the least. But what happens when that's a 6 seed, like when Russ won his?
Again, I had no problem with Russ winning the MVP
because it was Russ and what Russ was doing. But what if somebody is not doing that? They're doing what Cade did. If Cade was a 6 seed right now, what we say Cade should win the MVP?
But then he
part of it is because they are
the seeding. I get it. Mm-hmm. The seeding.
He wouldn't be doing the most with the least at that point. Like, he'll be just being a good player. But for him to
but if every other team had more than him on top of him, right?
You said who?
Because I think if every team that's on top of him, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, had more pieces than him, would that not consider him doing more with less?
No.
I mean, that's what doing the most is. Cade, when Cade plays, they win, and Cade is the catalyst for.
Well, they're on a winning streak right now without him too.
Well, again,
not with 7-2.
I hear you on that too. But if you look at a shot chart, take a look at their shot charts. The
shot changes. The team changes 100%.
When he's on the floor, they get a ton of corner threes and wing threes. And
he opens up a lot for him.
Yeah, and the rest of it is in the painted area. It's an indicator that if he doesn't, they're not winning a championship without him.
Basket the basket, whole squad bringing traction. Troy, Moolish, Boo, talking straight with no slack in the